Hello everybody, Michael Jenkins here doing a recording for Materials and Methods Certificate 4 for the external students as a bit of an adjunct to what was done in the class. So just running through, just making a very short video this time about the filing task. So the filing task is due on the 2nd of March. As you can see down the bottom of the screen here, it's now 27th of February, so we've got, so it's due in about a week's time from now. So due very soon, but it is a very quick and easy task to do. So what I'll be running through is having a quick look at OneNote and then a quick look at the filing system. So right now I'm here in assignments and submissions portion of the Learn page, and then you'll see that you've got your filing task instructions there. So open those up at home. I won't open those up right now. Open those up at home, read through those, and then once you've completed your filing task, submit it to this submission portal. Really quite simple, and it shouldn't take you long to do. But I'll just run through exactly what we've got. So the first part of that filing task is asking you to set up a OneNote. So all TAFE students have access to OneNote. So from our portal, we'll go into Office 365, and then actually, I'll do that. I'll get Office 365 open there. As I don't have that in the background, then so typically, from an Office 365, you'll be using things like Outlook, etc. But there's this one here called OneNote, so I ask that you click on that. Now I've already got it open, so I won't click on that. But what you'll have to do for the first time is click on that OneNote, and then it'll give you an example, or how to say it. It'll give you an introductory OneNote for setting up. So there's some instructions there and some tips on what to do. I typically, if I'm setting up a new OneNote, I get rid of all of that and I start setting up the page fresh till it will look much like this. So this is what I'm expecting from your OneNote, particularly for materials and methods, but this is something that you may want to keep and use for your own sort of development and research further on. I find a fairly handy tool for that. So specifically for materials and methods, what I've set up is just a bit of a well, I've got the sections down here, and you can add a new section at any point in time. So you go add new section and then add one. I've got a bit of background stuff there, and then I've broken into project 1, project 2, and project 3. So in this subject, you're required to do 3 research projects. So under those research projects, I've got a bunch of pages. So that first page I've made is the assignment page, where I've cut and pasted the assignment literature for that task. So from the Learn page, further down here, we've got our research task 1, instructions, and you've also got an Office template. You get information from both of those. The Office template, that's basically the bones of your report, so don't start afresh. Use the Office template that's there, and then fill in the gaps with that, but referring to your task instructions. So I've got my task instructions pasted into my OneNote because that's going to be the guide to my research that I'll be doing. So in those, in that task outline, it says you have to analyse 3 different flooring structural systems for the project. And so I've got concrete raft slab, timber framing, steel framing, and then I've created pages that correspond to each of those. And then, so in concrete raft slab, for example, now this is just an example one. I expect that you'd be doing a lot more research and pasting a lot more information into each of these sections. But you can, or pages, so you create a page, and then you can do lots of research on the internet and just bring information into here, be it pictures, links, statements, PDF files. So you can bring in all sorts of things into here and compile your research here in this one section before then producing your report. I suggest that's the way to go. I've found that students who have set up a really good OneNote, but also the students that write a really good report. So get into the research, compiling everything here in your OneNote using a structure similar to this. And once that's all done, I request that you share that with me. So you click on share and then put my email address in there to share that with me, but also expand it out a little bit. Take a screenshot so I can say, oh yes, this is the way that you've set that up, and keep that in the Learn page for perpetuity. If you share it with me, and in years to come I'm no longer working at TAFE, we want to have that screenshot there as that evidence that you've set it up. So do both of those things, and that's fairly much the OneNote explained. You'll find this is how you should approach the materials and methods. So you'll find once you get in there, it's relatively user friendly. However, if you've got any queries, please let me know.